What about you, Belfast?
We are at Castle Court in Belfast city centre. It's raining. Well, doesn't it always rain in Ireland? We have 48 hours here in Belfast, so let's start the show! Right, Paul. As it's raining, I think we're going to go into Castle Court Shopping Centre and check out what is available. Now, I have to tell you something about Castle Court, because it was when I was an 18-year-old, I came here and I saw a fortune teller, and you know what they told me?
You're going to die?
They did. They said that I would die if I ever went to Portugal. I've been to Portugal and I'm still here.
You didn't die.
Yeah, so they were wrong. Anyway, let's go and check out what the shops are like at the Castle Court. Now we're coming out onto Royal Avenue. Well, Castle Court didn't look like this back in the day. It seems to be quite a renovated building now. It's all glass. I can't remember what it used to be. I think it's bigger.
Brick, maybe?
Yeah, we didn't get to look around too much of it because we're actually on our way to the Cathedral Quarter and we need to find out where to go. And in the rain, it's always a bit more difficult to find your way around. So I think we need to put the umbrellas up again and make our way. We are in an area called Writers' Square, which celebrates many of Ireland's authors. And just opposite is St Anne's Cathedral. And that means that we are in the Cathedral Quarter. Wow, look at that. Those are the former offices of the Belfast Telegraph. And here we have a Translink bus. Back in my day, it was known as an Ulster bus, or in Belfast, a city bus. Oh wow, look at this, Paul, Union Street.
I think that there's something down there too.
This is what you always see in the news. If you're watching the BBC Newsline, they will come and do interviews down here when they're talking about socialising and nights out in Belfast and all that sort of stuff. So we have the Maverick here, and you say that that is a gay bar, the Maverick.
This and that one.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
And what's the other one called? Union Street?
Yeah.
And there's even a craft pub called The Reporter, because I suppose it's round the corner from what used to be the Belfast Telegraph offices. Oh, that's it.
This one's closed.
Well, it looks as though we'll either have to go into The Reporter or the Maverick, or maybe both. And Paul, you are holding your Guinness umbrella, so that means one thing. It's time for a Guinness. The Irish News is behind us, Paul. Look. Actually, they're not based there anymore, but we had the Belfast Telegraph before, the Irish News now. We've just been to the Maverick, we've just been to the Reporter. I would say 2 of the best bars that I've been to in a long, long time. And I have to say something else.
What?
The toilets in both those places were spectacular. They really, really were. They were really funky. They were funky. They were really funky toilets. So I would recommend coming to the Maverick and to the Reporter. And the other bar was called Union Street, is that right? And
That was closed.
It's not open yet. And we have a prior commitment this evening at another place, another drinking establishment in Belfast. Oh, you've given it all away.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's coming up next.
No.
The Crown. He said it already.
Delete it. Delete.
One of the most famous pubs in Belfast is the Crown Liqueur, or is it Liquor Saloon? Liquor. The Crown Liquor Saloon. We've been here once before, but we've not featured it on the show. But we are tonight, so let's take a look. This is the Crown Saloon. We've been in here for 15 minutes. We haven't been served. What sort of place is this? This is an absolute disgrace. So we went just next door to Robinson's and we were treated so much better in there. We were served immediately and we had a lovely meal. So if you're in Belfast, Robinson's is the place to go.
This place.
Do not let the bells toll too long.
Quick, hurry up. Hit the subscribe button for It's Paula Marcus on YouTube. Marcus has some family obligations today, so I will be showing you around Belfast. And this structure behind me is the Belfast City Hall. So this is a magnificent structure and I am really lucky to be able to be seeing this right now because it is sunny and it's not raining for once because it was dreadful yesterday. So I am going to make the most of this lovely sunny weather while it lasts. I have never seen Carol's Gifts and Souvenirs in Belfast. I think that I've only associated Carol's with Dublin. This is a Donegal place and it is littered with lots of shops. There is the Queen's Arcade right here, and further along across the road there is an M&S and a Next, and now we are coming across a Vodafone. Oh my goodness, will you look at this? This is a massive Primark. Oh look, I am coming across a brand called Guineas and there is a Coston store. And right over there in the distance is Dunn's Stores. So I think I ought to see what they have to offer, because I'm sure that I will be going there tomorrow with Marcus. Didn't I just pass by Carol's before and now there's another one? This Dunn's is on 3 levels and the men's is on level 2. So Marcus and I will be back tomorrow before we head to the airport. Okay, so this is Centra. This is one of Ireland's supermarkets, so I'm going to go in to see what they have. This ginormous clock tower is the Albert Memorial Tower, and it was named after Prince Albert in about 1860. So this is the Albert Memorial Clock, and this is a really tall structure, and it is a national landmark in Belfast. There is a mall around here, so I think it is over to the left-hand side right now. So I think I'm going to cross over to see what it's like. But I did do some shopping, and I did go to the Centra, and if you could believe this, I came all the way to Belfast to go shopping at TK Maxx when we have one in Uxbridge. That's mad. So I have crossed the road now, and I am walking along Church Lane. Let's see what this leads us to. Here's Pablo's with tequila right here. So I think this seems like there are a lot of independent type shops here, and I see a bit of rainbow flag, this place called Munch, and then yes, very, very interesting. I feel like I am basically just wandering around because I don't really know Belfast that well. Where are we now? So we have a really interesting looking Urban Outfitters right here. I don't think I recognize this design. I think there was like an extra trying to get into my video, but whatever. I feel like I'm going around in circles, to be honest. Okay, so I think I have come across Victoria Square now. So we have Victoria Square. There's lots of eating places and some shopping stuff as well. So I think let's see what this place has to offer. Okay, let's see if I could see anything from All Saints. Okay, so I did find something at All Saints. So I did get a wee t-shirt, and hopefully I will be able to show you all that stuff in a vlog next time for a shopping vlog. So I am pretty impressed with my purchase, and looks like I am getting quite a bit just now. So I think that it is pretty interesting that Belfast has some of these gay bollards in the city center, which is quite interesting, I believe. So I was only on the ground level of the Victoria Square. So I think I need to go upstairs to see what this upstairs bit looks like. So we have Vans, we have Mamas and Papas, then we have Le Artin Provence, which is something that we have seen in Marseille and south of France. And to my right, over here, is Fraser's, formerly known as House of Fraser's. I think this is a pretty vast shopping area, and it's indoors, so that's pretty cool. So I see a structure right over here that I am going to film and show you what it looks like. Look at this structure here. It's kind of like a waiting area for like the bus or something, and it's a really nice looking statue type of structure, I suppose, like a memorial of some sorts. Wow, look at this. Is this supposed to be like more about the scepter or something? So here are the directions to go to Lanyon Place Station, the Titanic Quarter to my left, the Odyssey to the left. I don't really know what I'm doing right now, but I'm going to be exploring some more. This is the Victoria Square shopping center. From this perspective, I came in through like the side street, I believe. So I went into Sostren Green, and this is a Danish type place that they have many different locations in the UK. They have one in London. That's what the lady at the till was saying to me when I asked her about the store. So it does sell a lot of interesting Danish things, because I did read something about hygge in there. So I am having quite an interesting time in Belfast, exploring different things that the city has to offer, and it is quite interesting because I don't really know what they have in this city, so it's always good to see what is out and about, and that place right behind me is definitely a good find for me. Okay, where am I going? I have no idea what I want to do. I have to do something, so I think I'm gonna go find the brewery that I looked up and try to go to it right now. Okay, this is where I was at yesterday with Marcus, so I don't know where I'm going right now. I feel like I'm going in the same direction. I don't know what I feel like having. Okay, I think this is the place that I was looking for, and it's called Deer's Head. So let's see if I could go in there to have something to drink. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go to the place right behind me, and there's music playing, so that's about it for now. Okay, so I only had 1 pint of the Elephant IPA. I thought it was okay, but I think that the bartender waitress girl was kind of putting me pressure to like keep ordering, or so it felt kind of like rushed, and then I thought I'm not having that. So then I just had 1 pint, and then I think she was kind of rude, so then that's kind of why I was like, I'm not giving you any more business. So that's my opinion of the Deer's Head. Hopefully I will get some food elsewhere. I still have not eaten, so I'm pretty hungry by this point. I am walking along, trying to find somewhere to eat. I don't know what I want. All I know is I want something good, and I'm being very picky. Oh, crikey. So I am walking along, going towards this really touristy area. One with the illuminations. So this would be the cathedral court, if I'm not mistaken. So this is like the touristy bit. So I am going down Commercial Court. With these designs. I remember these designs. Look how fabulous they look. And outside is the Duke of York. I think I need to go into one of these places because I'm hungry. So I went into the Harps Lager and the guy said if I wanted a burger, which I said I wanted, to go to this place called Bunsen Burger. So I think I might go there because the other areas that I did see were just drinks only. So I do need to eat at this point. Okay, so I am going to take a look at the Queen's Arcade. This reminds me of the place in London, Piccadilly somewhere, where it's kind of similar to this. And these are like all these boutique places. Very exclusive. I am making my way back to the hotel now, and yeah, I need to freshen up before I see Marcus again. Yeah, it's been interesting sightseeing and exploring the city by myself today. But yeah, it's been interesting to say the least.
If you are visiting Belfast, you may have to use transport while you are here. And one way to get around is by using the bus. And in Belfast city centre, you've got the Europa bus centre. You can probably see the buses behind me, but down here is what was Great Victoria Street railway station. It closed earlier this year, 2024, but a new station is due to open in the autumn. In fact, it might be open by the time this episode goes out, and it's called Grand Central. We've now stepped into the Europa bus station, and look at this. There is an exhibit about the Belfast Grand Central Station, Phase 1, arriving in autumn 2024. And as you move along, you can see lots of information about the regeneration of the area. So it looks as though by 2025, the full station with all its facilities will be open. I smell something very interesting. It must be coming from the Great Northern Mall. Let's take a look.
What is that smell?
Well, I thought I smelled something baking. Look, we have the Bread Street Bakery Cafe.
Oh my god.
I smell donuts. And very handy over here, you've got a Boots chemist.
Oh yeah. Look, there's like this statue here.
Yes, well, we walk out onto Great Victoria Street. And here we have the monument to the unknown woman worker. One of Belfast's music venues is the Ulster Hall. This is BBC Broadcasting House on Ormeau Avenue, the home of BBC Northern Ireland. Now, I've been in here a few times over the years. Once was an open day in the 80s when I was able to read the news, not live on air, but I do have it on a video cassette, and if I can ever get it digitalised, I will show it to you. And also, I used to write to them about programmes and things all the time, and I got letters back from the press office to the point where they actually gave me a guided tour. Just myself and my mother, and that was back in the 80s as well. Well, there are certainly lots of bus tours that you can do around Belfast. You've got the hop on, hop off Belfast city tours, you've got city sightseeing, and if the rain stays off, you could even sit on the top deck, open air. We're on Fountain Street, and this is the coffee quarter of Belfast. We have Tim Hortons all the way from Toronto in Canada behind us, or behind me rather, and behind Paul we have Hotel Chocolat.
Ooh.
There's also a Bob and Bert's, which is a chain across Northern Ireland and also parts of England, and I believe Scotland as well. There's one in my hometown of Ballymoney, and we've had lunch a couple of times there, and also one in Port Stewart. There's also a Caffè Nero and a Subway. Well, of course, I have to pay a visit to Dunnes Stores because I'm always in need of knickers, and that's where I get them. But who knows, I might buy some other items there today as well. I do have quite a long shopping list. So let's go and see if everything is in store at Dunnes Stores.
Oh no, look what you did.
God. Have you ever seen a bag as big as this? I haven't.
No.
Yeah, we have really gone to town this time.
Oh wow, look how massive this bag is.
And if you would like to know what we bought, well, you will just have to watch our haul episode
Yay!
for Dunnes Stores, so keep an eye out for that. Well, our 48 hours in Belfast have come to an end, and true to form, just as we're about to go, the sun comes out.
Oh jeez.
But we hope that you have enjoyed today's episode.
For those of you that have liked today's episode, give us a thumbs up. For those of you that have not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button. And for those of you that want to leave a comment, we do also appreciate reading them as well.
And if you'd like to buy us a coffee to help us along the way, there is a link in the description. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
We'll be right back.